What's going on, everybody? This is Jesse Carter over at the Pro Wrestling Shoot podcast, and you are listening to Conrad Cushman and Everything Pro Wrestling. And Derek, I'm with you, my man. Fuck trios matches.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, joined tonight by my fellow AEW Dynamite reviewer, your friend, my friend, the one, the only, Derek.
What up? What up?
We've got an AEW Dynamite review for September 28th, 2022. Felt like a very weird show tonight, but I think we've got some stuff to say about it too. We're going to get into all that and more. I say we just get into the intro and let's not waste any time. Let's get it.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
What is good, everybody? What is good? I don't know what to say about tonight's show, man. There's a lot we could say. There's a lot to say. I don't know. I don't know, D.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had like a different vibe to it. Not something that we normally used to, but definitely had a different vibe.
For sure. I want to, before we get too deep into the show, I do want to give our condolences to Coolio's family. R.I.P. to Coolio. If you're a 90s kid, you know what Coolio's all about. A lot of people know him from Gangster's Paradise, Keenan and Kel's theme. I mean, Coolio had some hits, man. So R.I.P. to the homie Coolio. And I hope everyone who's in that Florida Southeast region is safe. I know the weather's really bad out there right now. So if you're out there, I hope you're safe. Prayers to you and your families. Wish you guys nothing but the best. Yes, Deanna, Coolio did pass away, sadly. Let's get into it. Let's see who is here in the live chat. First person in the chat, my man, B-Boy Skyline, and he knows what time it is. What up, B-Boy? What is good? What is good? BJ saying what's up. What's good, BJ? Don't forget to check out BJ's version of the podcast every Friday on Everything Pro Wrestling. We appreciate BJ for showing us some love. He runs a group on Facebook called Run the Ropes. Excellent group. Highly recommend people check it out. BJ does a lot of cool projects, so show him some love. Matt Lopez in the house saying good evening. Matt, we missed you. We missed you in the live chat more last week, but I'm happy that you're back, brother. Thank you. Deanna. Derek, oh hi Conrad. What am I, second rate? How you gonna treat me like I'm the Marty Jannetty of this tag team? I do all the work. Get that shit out of here right now. What is going on with this? Huh?
You know.
It's just not fair. It was a very weird show, had WWE Raw vibes. Well, you got to remember, Tony Khan did offer. Tonight might be a night of rants. Matt, this is not directed at you. This is directed at the people in the wrestling community. Who was bitching that Tony Khan gave people the chance to stay at home because the weather is bad, because most of the wrestlers are in Florida? Are you kidding me? Like, there is no way you guys are serious with this. And then tonight, I see a lot of, like, complaints about the show, and I get it. We've got some too. But I got something for you guys tonight, and it's going to be kind of you get what you do, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to it. Let me see here. And yes, tonight the show felt stale by Philly standards. Needed some cheesesteaks, I think. To quote The Miz, I'd say it was mid. MJF invented that word, according to him. What up, Kyron Derek? What up, Ace? Too sweet, brother. Chucky, talking about Gangster's Paradise. What's good, Chuckaroo? Connor saying hello. What's good, Connor? Connor knows soccer. Appreciate you. If you guys are into soccer, make sure you check Connor out. What if Captain Insano shows up next week? For what? You know what? I mean, why not? It's nothing wrong with it.
Everything wrong with it.
Glad to be back. Rob in the house. What's good, Rob? Marty carried the Rockers. Fight me. Yo, as soon as I see you, it's on, bro. Don't even ask what happened. Why am I doing this? You know what you just did. Another random rant. I'm tired of Shawn Michaels slander. I see everybody always showing love to Brett, and then we got to make fun of Shawn for something. Man, put on great WrestleMania matches. You leave Shawn Michaels alone. Come on now. Come on now. Derek needs his roses. LOL. Britt flew up from Orlando. Juggernaut saying, what it do? What it do, Juggernaut?
What up?
He's been putting up some great reviews on the channel. Make sure you check him out. He just had an Impact Wrestling one I was watching the other day. Good stuff. I like what Tony did, and I enjoyed parts of the show. Chuckaroo, I did not skip you. I meant MJF. My brain isn't all here tonight, but I'm sure I'm confusing those two. It's pretty easy to confuse those two. Miz, MJF. You know how it goes, bro.
Well, no one on the upper echelon scale.
Chad in the house. What's up, Chad?
What up? What up?
Rob said, I just walked in. Oh, walking on this podcast to see what's about to happen. I hear footsteps. Don't test me right now. Don't test me. What up? Yuta and MJF feud reminded me of Orton and Kofi feud. I don't know why, though. Yeah, it's the young upstart versus the established star. It's all good. It's all good, man. I appreciate you guys who showed up in the chat tonight. I didn't know what the turnout was going to be. Sometimes when the shows are and you're basically getting our thoughts on a lot of this already. That's what you get.
Right.
All right, Derek. Let's do this, man. Yo, timeout. See? No. See? You see how people start stuff? Rob, do it. These are the people that start fights and instigate people for the stuff. Done with it. Conrad is crabby, but here's one thing I will always tell people. When I'm bitching, there's a good reason behind it, and you're going to see why. Because there are certain things that people do all the time that aggravate me, and Derek knows. You can say I'm bitching, but part of what he's saying is the truth. I will always tell you the truth. You may not want to hear it. You may not like it. But tonight you're going to hear some truth. I bumped AEW to Tuesday because I'm on Wednesday. Chucky, get this dude out of here. You don't know what he's talking about. Let's get to this review, man. First thing that we had up on the docket for tonight was Chris Jericho's celebration of winning the Ocho. He is now the Ring of Honor champion. He had to celebrate with the JAS. Daniel Garcia, I did not notice how sad he looks in this picture.
Right.
That poor guy. JAS come out, though, for Jericho's ROH celebration. They're all in purple velvet suits.
What is that? Velvet?
Luigi Primo's in the ring. He's tossing his fake pizza dough. I can't wait for the old timers to have their anger at this. So he's in there. Daniel Garcia comes out with them. He's in a purple suit too, and he gives them a gift. He opens it up. He's like, what is this? It's a bucket hat. Who doesn't want a bucket hat? Everybody loves a bucket hat. He put it on his head. My man was looking like Paddington Bear out there. If you don't know what that is, look it up, kids. But he looked like Paddington Bear out there.
You know what? Once they put the bucket hat on him, you know what movie I thought of? Remember Grumpy Old Men?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I wonder if those dudes are still around.
Nah, I think they're long gone, bro.
Yeah. They
were funny.
Great movie though. Yeah, funny movie.
Absolutely.
JS heard about the Barney documentary and decided to dress up for it. Wait, there's a Barney doc? I'm gonna have to look this up, Matt.
I wouldn't be surprised. Bro.
Oh, look who decided to join us. Jesus De Leon. What's good, Jesus? Can we get a CJ talking the truth graphic? See? Pimp Daddy Suits Deanna said. You know how inappropriate all this stuff is that we used to watch during the Attitude Era? That you can't even do that stuff anymore.
Was it inappropriate though?
Just remember, on Friday, October 7th, we are getting a lot of wrestling shows. True that, bro. True that. So Garcia and him get into it over the bucket hat. Here comes Bryan Danielson, ready to stir up some mess. So he's out there and he says, whether you want to join the BCC, people cheer for it, or if you want to join the Jericho Appreciation Society, it doesn't matter. And before he can make up his mind to say something, Jericho stops him.
And that was the smoothest put the mic down I've ever seen. Like, he caught it perfect. Like, hold on, don't talk.
B-Boy Skyline definitely just sent me what the Barney doc was about. Sounds pretty bad, bro. It's gonna be out on Peacock for those who want to see it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, terrible. So following up from that, he doesn't get to say anything. Before he can say it, Jericho stops him. Bryan Danielson comes out and says he wants a match. Matt Menard jumps up, blockhead, and he's like, yo, I'm in this. You want a taste? And a match is made between these two. Don't have a graphic for it because they just kind of made it up out of nowhere. Bryan Danielson, Matt Menard.
That was a magic match.
Daddy magic match. This was a basic match, bro. It was a babyface, classic comeback. Heels partners cheat on the outside. Claudio runs out, stops Angelo Parker from cheating.
Yep.
Running knee, label lock for the win. Money, simple. I don't know, man. Somebody said they look like they killed Grimace tonight. I heard Rob's footsteps. You ain't hear shite, Chad. Matt Lopez said he DM'd me about the Barney doc too. Daniel Garcia is one of the best technician wrestlers in the world. I can agree with that. They need to move this story forward, noticing a lot of speeding up of things that needed to breathe and letting other things breathe too long. No matter video of the week, the Korn song, Thank Me Later. I think the Philly crowd made the viewer feel the show was stale, especially with the oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. And yes, there's a Barney doc about how the fans turned heel on them. LOL. Oh my goodness, all those poor kids.
Right. Exactly.
My brother and sister used to watch that. I'm a Sesame Street kid. Looking at the JS wearing all purple, I was thinking what happened to the mascot from McDonald's, my man Grimace. Conrad, kick your butt out of the window. I didn't kick him out of anything. I was just telling Chuckaroo he had to chill out. He was going in. I don't have anything else to say about that match, right?
No, it was serviceable. It did its thing. It was just thrown in there, so you can't really expect much out of it. And then,
and going into this, I know like we're all going to complain. So listen, me and Derek, I'll tell you right now, I didn't like the format of the show tonight. Really, no. There were bright spots, but I also know that he gave people time off. He was using people, and the people that were there, he was trying to elevate them or bridge storylines.
Right.
It's pro wrestling. I get it.
It's what you have to do. It's what you got to do, especially in circumstances like this, with the weather being the way that it is. You have to make do, and you have to make do with what you have. If that's all that you have, that's what you got to do. Sorry, shut up crying.
He heard me warming up dinner. I'm gonna be warming up some knuckle sandwiches for you. You ever say that about my boy again? Knock it off. Tired of this mess, Rob. And where's my t-shirt designs? Y'all see, y'all don't hold people accountable. This is how I am at work. Hold somebody accountable. Where's my t-shirt designs? I'm holding people accountable. But I'm the heel. I'm the bad guy. Oh, he's playing the victim card. Kiss it.
But you know what they say, bro? People tend to trend towards the villains more than the heroes.
Well, then call me the bad guy.
See, there you go. Just saying, bro.
Anyway, after this, Wheeler Yuta comes out and calls out MJF. MJF talks his mess. They bleeped out the word shit tonight. Were you hurt by that, Derek?
I absolutely was.
Not a fan of the bleeps, or
no. Yeah, I mean,
no. You relax.
You've been rocking with it for so long. I mean, you might as well keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just trying to make sure they get that new TV deal. Listen, TBS, if you're hearing me, Warner Brother Discovery, it's okay to say shit. Nobody's gonna cry about it. All right. It's more so the actions that you do is what you need to be worried about, not the language.
Right.
I would prefer a wrestling show with some colorful language. Make it real. These guys are fighting each other. You hear worse language? To quote Kevin Nash, you hear worse language on the playground. Come on, man. We got to say this, man.
No,
like it is.
You're right, though. This is everyday life. I get it. This is what you want to. You want to tone it down. But in all aspects, you can't really tone that down. I mean, like at this point in time, who's up watching that except for adults like us? You know,
there's kids out there though. I used to be that kid.
Yeah, shame on the parents who let their kids watch it though.
But I was gonna find a way anyway.
Well, you know we were gonna find a way.
Yeah, so we're really bad kids.
but we were mature enough to understand what was going on.
That's where he's lying. Once again, I'm still not mature. So I get Deanna brings up a good point. They were told to tone down on the curse words. Here's the problem. Everybody can't say shit. Everybody can't curse. You got it because it feels less special when everybody's doing it. So you got to scale it back a little bit.
And you know what? I think Wheeler Yuta is one of those who never speaks a lot. So if he says that, I say let it rock. Well,
Yuta didn't say it. MJF did.
MJF.
But you're saying if he needs it for the promo, let him have it.
Let him have it. It's not like he does it on a constant basis.
Facts. Now, with all of this, he says he wants to fight him tonight. MJF backs off and says, I'll fight you next week in DC at the anniversary show. More on that in a moment. But Gun Club come out to back him up when Yuta tries to make his way up the ramp. And Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn get to say MJF's catchphrase, and the Firm assist MJF for the first time already here. Well, not the first time. First time in on Dynamite. They give him the assist like, no, we got your back.
Right.
Yuta didn't want to attack either because that would be foolish. You're going to get jumped 3-on-1. Why would you do that? And Where's the BCC? Are they going to come out to help you? Who knows? Yeah. Let's see here. Aaliyah the GOAT here. Hello, Aaliyah. I'm no words. I'm just going to assume that's the screen name. Man, there was worse things said on the playground. Matt said facts.
There were.
Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin is announced for next week. They both made it sound like they're going to leave Sting in the back. I hope. Satnam Singh, Sanjay is going to be 1-on-1. Jay Lethal and Darby. I think that's going to be a good match.
I think that would be a good match. A lot of high. Well, I won't say a lot of high. Well, no, actually, you know what? A lot of high flying moves. More so from Darby. Jay Lethal can do it, but it means getting up there in age, so he may take special moves other than just doing a whole bunch of them. You may pick out a couple of them here and there to do, but you still have Darby who's going to go high fly and do some old crazy stuff. So
it's weird because I feel like they're both in need of a win too. So I'm interested to see who they go with for now. B-Boy says, I have issues with Warner Brothers Discovery. They're getting rid of really good shows. They have to cut their budget down from a business standpoint. So when they took over the books, they noticed like they were in a deficit. Like they didn't want to produce stuff that wasn't going to make money. So they're trying. That's why they merged, because they wanted to make more money with this. And now they have rights to properties that they're like, oh, this is great. So I understand what they're doing. Jade's cut the shit is completely unnecessary. Every time she says it, I want them to cut. So I get them wanting to cut it back. Yeah. Sometimes it's just saying it to say it.
Yeah.
Let's get into match number 2, which I was surprised they went with this so early on, but it's Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson. I like Juice.
Juice is good.
Yo, I swear to you, Rob will tell you in the chat, I have been a fan since CJ Parker. I don't want to hear no baloney talk about something you fanboyed over. I was the CJ Parker fan with the signs in NXT. Let's go. That was my guy. He needed some more W's. It's like South Park episode. After a while, it starts to lose its point. They cut it for tax write-offs, not for budget reasons. I mean, that factors into your budget. I'm sorry, BJ. Business. This is my business class talking. That's what I meant, though. I mean, you get write-offs for it as well, but they also have to make the books show like, oh, you're not just making stuff into a deficit, you know? WB got to be worried about getting sued by their shareholders. Write-offs, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, LOL. Mox versus Juice was really good. What'd you think of this matchup, Derek?
No, this was a good match. Again, man, like Moxley's getting cracked. Like that man's head he's gonna have to take some vacation time, bro. He has to heal.
Yo, bro, the man bleeds for no. At this point, I just feel like it's just if he hits his head, there's blood coming out, bro. I think that tissue's got to either be too soft. Did he blade? Did somebody see it?
I don't know. All I saw him was where he was hunched over and I just saw all the blood. I'm like, damn. what did you do? Like, what did he do to get hit that hard to start bleeding? Like, I'm confused, but it is what it is. You know, Mox comes back aggressively as always and does the job.
He does. He went for a double arm DDT. Juice pushed him out to the floor. He even got to do a front flip into the guardrail. Juice hits the unprettier. He only got a 2 count from that. Juice goes for a move, but Moxley lands on his feet. So he sat out. I think it's supposed to be like a sit out like driver. And Moxley landed on his feet and gave him the classic regal knee. I know Rob was proud. Memories of Santino. Just getting that knee right to the face, bro. Down he went. He pinned him by locking his finger so that when he kicked out, Moxley just stood up, stomped his head in, locked him into an armbar, nowhere to go. Juice quickly taps out. I like what they did here. Also, for the record, Juice said he's a free agent. I don't believe nothing Juice says because he got us last time, so that's on you, Juice. All right. Following up from that, the tap out happens. Here comes Adam Hangman Page. Yeah, I know. I know.
Get him off the screen.
Now listen.
Nope.
MJF gets on the microphone and says, you two can look at each other, do whatever you're going to do, but the loser is going to end up facing me and lose again. So he's basically letting them know that whoever wins between them is losing to him because he might cash in his chip when they fight each other.
Right.
Interesting. And when he says that, Yuta pops up behind him. Wheeler Yuta commenced to whipping that ass. So good. And it was a beautiful thing.
It was.
He punches him into the crowd. Yo, the security guard on the right, when they're showing this footage, bro, with the blonde hair, yo, my man was struggling, bro. He was in the trenches with MJF. He's like, what is going on here? Yuta beat the crap out of him. And I like what they did here, though. They gave Yuta kind of a badass presence, and he was in his hometown. Like, it was cool.
Yeah. To let him do that in his hometown makes things so much better for Yuta. And then it amplifies the whole situation. So when they actually do wrestle, that is going to be so much energy and so crazy when it happens. And I think you know, just having MJF go up against someone like Yuta, and we haven't seen them wrestle each other.
No. Well, we haven't on AEW television, but
right.
On the indies they have. And I'm pretty sure they're going to turn out a good match.
Oh,
MJF
absolutely.
can really wrestle if he wants to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But Yuta's fantastic in the ring.
Yes.
They're going to complement each other very well. This is going to be a good thing for Yuta, I think.
Oh.
After that, we move on to the promo here. But we're going to go into the chat real quick for a second. Rob said, same thing Nick Khan did with budget cuts. Come on now. Come on, Nick Khan was a little bit different. I don't know, Nick. That was bullshit, though. And then they're bringing them all back. So what budget cuts?
Right.
I think it was Vince's vision versus Hunter's vision. It was small blood by mock standards. This was a good match. Pretty in pink. That was funny seeing Yuta whooping that ass. Y'all remember a few months ago when CJ was the only one defending Hangman's title reign? I was. And now I'm defending him from it. No, I'm kidding. Har, har, har. Just kidding, guys. Relax.
I'm defending him from it.
No.
Nah, bro. He doesn't deserve it anymore.
Why are you so upset with him?
Nah, man. Fuck him.
It's the bullshit?
Yes.
I hear you, bro. Listen, I don't know what...
Keep your nose out of the business, bro. Like, shut up talking.
We'll leave it at that. Because this next one, we're going to have some stuff to say, too. Next, here comes Saraya. That is the former Paige from WWE. She comes out and she tells the women's division to come out. What?
Making a statement.
I didn't really understand why they felt like they had to do that.
Who knows, bro?
It felt very WWE-esque. Like when they did it, I was just like, what?
Right.
It just didn't feel right to me. So out comes Toni Storm, Athena, Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue, and Madison Rayne for the baby faces. Then comes Dr. Britt Baker, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, and Penelope Ford. They come out to interrupt them. Britt made it sound like Paige. She said, "I put my neck on the line for this company. That's more than you can do with your neck." Oh, this felt very weird. Paige made it sound like there was going to be a revolution, but she didn't really say, "Are you wrestling? Like, what are you doing?"
Right.
I don't know.
That would have been nice to establish that whole situation. We needed it, but I think everybody was in awe just to see her back again. So I think everybody let it slide because it's like, all right, regardless of the fact that she didn't really say what she's doing, she's back on the screen.
Right. Hold on. I got to circle back to the Hangman stuff real quick. Derek, you ain't allowed to speak during this, though, because you already stated your piece. I back Hangman all day. I was defending him, too. I still love Hangman. Okay, Conrad Punk. Didn't she do that in WWE? Yes, she did. A few times. She's going to be in the Maria Kanellis role in AEW. We'll see how that works out. Saraya has better rants on Twitch than she did tonight. Yeah, tonight wasn't her best promo work, I felt. There's 3 women in the division just playing B-Boy Facts. Listen. Going back to Hangman, and I back Hangman all day. Listen, he threw the rock at the window and got away with it.
He definitely did.
That's all we're saying. It just doesn't sit well with me that he's sitting around and he's just lucky he was gone that night and nothing happened.
Right.
But that's some bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? It's like when all your friends get in trouble, but you didn't. And then, but you look at them like, you want some bullshit, bro.
Right. You definitely want some bull.
Yeah.
Bullshiggity.
You know what you did, man.
Absolutely.
Is Willow sign Willow? That is one of my points in this matchup too that we're going to get into with the interim championship. So with Saraya, she came out, she made it a lumberjack match, and then she said the title's on the line. Here's my rant. Here is my rant for fans. People who love women's wrestling, I hear you. I understand you. I get it. It took me a long time to actually understand it until I started talking to fans of women wrestling and they explained why they're so upset with things. I get it. But if you don't like what AEW is giving you, what are they supposed to give you when you react this way? The fan base tonight shows why Tony puts them in the spots that they do from a business perspective. What is Tony supposed to do when you guys seem like you don't care? And BJ brought it up earlier. Every step Tony does to help the women's division kind of feels like the wrong step. He's tried many things. He's brought in some people that you guys have wanted. He's put on some good women's matches from time to time. I don't know what the problem is. Is it management? Is it the chemistry of the division? You guys tell me, because at this point, I don't know what to do. But some of the women's wrestling fans gave up on this AEW women's division so fast. And I'm just like, well, you're part of the problem then, too. You can't complain about it, because I see people complain about it, but then they say they're not watching it anymore. But what do you want done? Like, I don't get it at this point. To me, if I'm Tony, I'm throwing my arms up because I don't know what to do. What do you guys want from this division?
There's really nothing he can do. I mean, if you're gonna complain, listen, a bunch of you are a bunch of fickle ass people. Like
fickle.
Like, dude, like you can't complain about one thing and then complain about the same thing again. If this is what you want, shut up and watch it. If you don't want it, shut up and don't ask.
I mean, even so, here's my other thing. Don't complain about something and not have a solution for what you guys want to do. If you're going to put Saraya in this, or excuse me, Saraya in this role, then do that. Like, then say she is in charge of the women's division and we're going to listen to you as far as booking decisions and yada yada goes going forward.
Right.
Say it. But they don't say it. AEW leaves a lot to, like, you figure it out. And with that, I'm just like, well, what is her role right now? She just kind of, like, backed off of everything.
Right.
Deanna said, I love the fact they get plenty of TV time. Rob said, bring back the Nightmare Collective. Come on, bro. Come on, man. We can't have that again. But he's not giving them consistent time. He's not giving consistent good matches, not giving consistent and persistent stories. He has enough talent on the roster, but only highlights 2 at potential. What? Rob is smoking something funny. That's slander, sir. Can't say that about people. So I hear BJ, but he's not giving them consistent time. He's not giving Jade multiple opportunities to improve in the ring to put on good matches. I just feel like it's not all on Tony, is what I'm saying. Some of this is on the fans, too.
It's 50-50.
Because I think they have the best tag team division in the world, no matter what. Like, Young Bucks or no Young Bucks. I said it. I'm tired of it. All right? It doesn't matter who's there. They have a lot of great tag teams. The Acclaim. Best Friends don't even get burned, and I think they're pretty good. I miss Santana and Ortiz. I wish they had become a team again. Please. They have so many good tag teams, bro. We could go here all day. The Lucha Bros. Dude, I just don't get it with the women's division. I'm trying to think of something they could do because BJ brings up good points. Is it not consistent enough for you? Are they always in a death spot that you feel like?
Yes. I think they get put in the dumb down moment. That's what I call it now. It's the dumb down moment where you have so much in the beginning, so much at the end. You got to get the people to come down off the high that they had.
I like that comment, Craig. I'm not going to read it all right now because I don't want to switch subjects again, but I do like that, what you said.
Like, you got to come down off the high before you get back on the high. You have the high, now you got to come down, but then you got the high again.
So I'm listening to BJ. Jade and Britt are the 2 top stars, and Sheeta got themselves highlighted because of work rate. Yeah, Sheeta was great too. I feel bad that Sheeta's fallen down the way she has too. But Sheeta has also missed matches. What are you supposed to do with that?
Right.
Bring back the Nightmare and make Paul White the leader.
No.
One time for the one. Gotta do it. You gotta do it. I'm kidding, Rob. Where's my t-shirt designs? I've been asking that for a minute. Proud and powerful. I miss them. Tony only has it from past hype and the belt. Thunder got it because of specialty matches in Britt. It's not consistent enough. Always the cool down before the main event or the big highlight match of the night. So I wonder if you flip it, will people feel the same way if the tag match was in that spot? Because there have been weeks where it's been the women's match have been in a different spot, and I still feel the same way.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in my opinion,
keep Paul White off my television just in time,
please. In my opinion, so I the way I see it is, I think the problem is you have a lot of women that are wrestling on AEW who don't have the commitment to AEW because they have commitment at other places.
Well, okay,
look at Sheeta. Sheeta solely AEW.
I think she is solely AEW, but she does go and do work on other projects. And that's another thing. That includes a lot of like the Butcher and the Blade. Sometimes people ask, why don't they push them? I still feel in the beginning when Tony said you could do other projects, you were going to be used in a certain way. It's not going to be in the top guy way, but you're going to be used a certain way. And I think that's what happened to some of them too. It might be the same in this division. But I want to get into this match real quick, Derek, because this is going to prove something that I'm talking about with all of this. So pretty basic match. German suplexes, chain wrestling from the people. Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter brawl. The crowd give them a pretty good reaction for some of the spots, but at some of the spots it was really quiet. And in this, Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter brawled, and the fans cheered them more than they were focused on Toni Storm and Serena Deeb. Right. What does that tell you? For weeks, I've been saying, sign Willow Nightingale. I don't care if it's the Ring of Honor. Willow should be signed by Tony Khan, and I think she is because she's been around a lot more.
Right. And if she is, then we need to know. But if she's not, we also need to know. So I think at this point in time, if they're definitely cheering for her, throw the contract at her, see if she wants to take it. If she takes it, great. If not, what else? What else can you say? You tried.
Right? BJ said they need to give us at least 3 stories for the division on actual TV, not Dark and Dark Elevation. Give me 3 stories, women's title, TBS, and a personal feud that feels valid, not high schoolish. But BJ, they only have 3 hours of television. 3 stories, you're not going to have enough time to tell those stories on Rampage, because Rampage feels like boom, 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 boom. And they've got Ring of Honor looming over their heads. I think they need better planning at this point with what they're doing and how they want to do it. You can't just shelve Ring of Honor, though, because the champions exist. What are you doing with this, Tony? Hello. Right. I don't know. I think 3 might be too many, maybe. I don't know. Push Jamie and Willow. Jamie Hayter was going in a good direction. Then they keep pulling back on that Britt Baker feud. Like it was time, I thought, to just turn Jamie Hayter, but it looks like they're keeping them together for now. Cray says sign Willow and not Jeff Hardy. Exactly. The planning could be a lot of the problem. WWE was doing 3 hours of Raw, and still they are so they could do a 2-hour show and 1 on Rampage. You could, but then you're cutting. See, AEW has more work rate though, right. So you're cutting down everybody's matches. And do you think someone who this is gonna sound so effed up, but do you think someone who's a draw is gonna be like, yeah, cut time for my match? Hell no. And then everyone else is complaining, well, I can't rise up, and I'm supposed to be one of your featured people. There's a lot of politics that go into all of that too. Maybe it's because in WWE it was just, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. I've been around for 50 years. We're going to do what I say. And we all saw where that got us too. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a perfect answer to it. BJ, all I can say is I hope that they do get to that point to where they can do some more women's matches for fans of the division. TK needs help to book. TK has too much on his plate. I do think Tony Khan should relinquish some of the booking power, or at least get some help with storylines.
He definitely should let someone run Ring of Honor.
Not Vince Russo.
But in all actuality, I think you dismantle the women's division, but you have to make sure everybody is there.
And even your Ring of Honor women's champ's injured. So I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think you need to dismantle it and then start it all over again. But you still have the same people. But now you have to establish the commitment of who's here and who's not.
Right. And I thought Toni Storm and Serena Deeb crushed it on tonight's show.
They did. But again, you couldn't tell. The crowd was out of it.
They got back into it towards the end, I thought. I liked the whole Serena Deeb went for a jackknife pin, got reversed into a pile driver. She kicked out at 2, made her look like a beast. Toni Storm then hit a second rope pile driver off the top. I haven't seen someone hit that ever, I think, or at least in a minute. And I thought that was a really good finish to the match. Made Deeb look strong. Deeb should be belted, in my opinion. Like, she deserves the championship for how well she's performed. Matt Lopez, he thought the women's championship was good. 6 that let William Regal run ROH. I think it's a no-brainer. See, I think Regal can run it, but I don't know if Regal books. I've never heard of Regal being part of like the booking process. I've heard him run like behind the scenes, like we're training. He's a trainer.
Right.
But I don't know if he wants to book. You may have to find a writer. I don't know. See, that's where they should have been trying to get like Gabe Sapolsky, but he's back with Triple H now. I don't know. I don't know what's the right move for that. Deeb saved Storm a few times from missing things. Yeah, Deeb is I love both those women. They're great. I just felt it was weird tonight that Toni Storm and Serena Deeb were wrestling, and I felt people were more into Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter.
Right. It
was just something I had noticed. I don't know. It was a weird segment, weird women's title match. Backstage, we get the Acclaim promo. Keith Lee makes it known that Swerve and Our Glory will want a rematch eventually for the titles. We'll get there. It is also announced that next week is National Scissor Day. Boom. I thought that was pretty cool. Love the Acclaim's promo. If you didn't see the Road to, really well done. Happy for those guys. And that shows that you could go from dark elevation. Maybe a reason to watch the show. I know BJ was talking about it before. I just wish sometimes people would check out those shows once in a while. You can find a few diamonds in the rough there. Scissor me, daddy. AEW needs writers, collaborative writers. See, I think they only need 1 or 2, bro. You don't need, because see, when you have 20 people in the room arguing over who's going to get what, you're not going to get anything done.
Yeah.
I need 2 or 3 people. That's it, to write the stories, maybe for different shows. One person could be Dark Elevation. It's like, here, you can come up with some minor stories. I don't want you doing anything big, but you can contribute to the team. Then you got someone for Dynamite and the pay-per-views, your main guy, and maybe someone to help him with Rampage. Like 2 guys work together and the other guy does the small shows.
Right.
And Ring of Honor, maybe. You're like, you can't have Ring of Honor in this show. I don't. That's how I personally would want to do it. But who do you want writing? Like, Tony's gonna have to find someone who has a vision like his, and you're gonna have to do what Tony wants still.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I found Garcia on Elevation, Cray says. See? The hub should get a lot of traffic on National Scissor Day. Glad they pulled the trigger on the Acclaim. Vince would have been like, slow build, good shit. I found Daniel Garcia from ESW. Well, he's local to us, bro. That's how we knew who he was. He's local Buffalonian. Yeah. Private Party, Butcher, and Blade are arguing. I miss what was said with Andrade. At this point, I don't know what Andrade's doing, putting hourglasses up like he's ready to go. Whatever, bro. I don't know. It made me just not care. Like, they do stuff like that. I'm like, well, why do I care what you're in then?
Right, exactly.
Private Party, Butcher, and Blade are arguing. Matt Hardy shows up and he tells Private Party that he can make it right this time. Like, he wants to work with him again.
Right. Let's
do it. Make it right then.
Hey.
I think Private Party's a great tag team. I think people really underestimate how good these guys are.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, we got Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks versus Eli Isom. Good to see Eli getting an opportunity. Didn't last too long, but he got in there. He was in there. We got some misdirection, followed up with the spear, Rochambeau, and Ricky. Why do you Spanish? Why every week do I have to wait for this to happen to me? Why? He hits the Rochambeau. He gets the W. I thought they had a heck of a match on Rampage, by the way. If you didn't see Will Hobbs and Ricky Starks, I almost called him Ricky Spanish because of you.
See?
Somebody said Andrade is the White Rabbit. Please, no.
Oh, God, no.
Let me see here. Somebody said, get Matt Hardy off my TV. Jeez, love me some Ricky. All right. Ricky's the man. Yeah, I think Ricky's going in a good direction.
Yes.
He's one of the people who've benefited from not having those who are suspended AF right now around. I think even with Punk, they've got more television time. So good for Ricky.
It's definitely helpful. You don't want to see it that way because you want to see it done a different way, but it's still helpful because people who weren't getting a lot of TV time are starting to get the TV time, who are starting to build a bigger fan base for themselves.
Also, listen, bro, you play baseball a lot. Someone goes down with the injury and they're like, get in the lineup, bro. Hey, that's your chance to shine. That's what it is right now.
Exactly. I came off the bench and I'm staying on the field.
Ricky needs to be in the title picture. I think Ricky could be in the TNT title picture. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Kind of like waiting for your Manscaped order to show up. Deanna. I was just going to talk about it.
Oh, my God. Was that 2 for 2?
Yeah. But I was waiting for the right moment here. I was saving it. But if you guys like misdirection, you guys are going to want to make sure you're on track with our Manscaped promo code. Put in EPW show when you go to manscaped.com and you're ordering yourself that nice lawnmower 4.0 for that Thanksgiving season. Maybe your Halloween outfit doesn't need the pubes there. Just go to manscaped.com, get that lawnmower, shave them out, and you'll be all set. Promo code, as always, is EPW show. This is my Halloween costume. Y'all don't want to be out here like me in these streets, all right? So make sure you're looking good, trim, ready to win, all right? And we got a promo code for powerslam.tv, EPW show. Watch some free wrestling on your boys. Check it out. We've got links in the description. If you haven't ordered an EPW shirt, what are you waiting for? We've got hoodies. They were on sale earlier. Get them. Ask Derek and Rob where their designs are. Hold people accountable in your life that you care about. Hold them accountable. And still coming, right? Those designs?
Yeah. All in due time, bro. Look, I found my camera. We could take some more pictures now instead of taking them on the phone. Got the professional camera now.
I believe it when I see it.
Just saying.
I believe it when I see it. I'm just going to show MJF just because I didn't put this up before. But yeah, he appeared. He got his ass whipped by Yuta, just to remind everybody. Rampage, Derek. John Silver versus Roosh. The Acclaim versus Private Party versus Butcher and Blade for the tag titles in an open challenge they had put up. Willow Nightingale versus Jamie Hayter. Hook versus, it just says Hook in Action, excuse me. And Lee Moriarty versus my man, Fuego Tornado. Poor Fuego about to get his ass whipped, but it's all right. And then next week for the anniversary show for Dynamite, we got Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson. Listen, I still think the Sting Horseman moment is going down.
Yeah.
Garcia turns, and then they stomp out my man Bryan Danielson. Sting moment. MJF versus Wheeler Yuta. Luchasaurus in action. I wonder if we're going to see my man Captain Charisma. And Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin. Looks like a fun show. I'm more hyped for next week's show than what we got for this week. Somebody said, where's Miro? Remember, Miro was feuding with the House of Black, and right now I think everything's on reset mode with those guys. So let's see what happens with it. Ricky for TNT champion. Phones have the most professional cameras, LOL. Yeah.
Not better than the Canon, though. That Canon is nice.
This year's Halloween, I'm going as a hater, so kind of art imitating reality thing. Rampage card looking good this Friday, Jesus says. Yeah, check it. Rampage is a fast 1 hour show to watch.
It is.
The problem is it goes too fast. That's the one thing I felt last week. Rampage felt like boom, 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 and you didn't have time to breathe. That's why I was saying when BJ had mentioned it before, you don't really, it's like 1, 2, it's like you're getting punched constantly. I'm like, bro, chill out. I'm trying to recover. And they just don't let up. So I don't know. It's hard to make things meaningful when you do that on that show. Well, it's time for the main event for the Ring of Honor Championship. Chris Jericho versus Bandito. Let me tell you this. Bandito should be signed to Ring of Honor now. Bandito crushed it tonight. This is your first time seeing him? Have you seen him before this?
I don't think so. I think this is my very first time watching him wrestle, and I was very, very impressed.
You watch some Impact, you would see him more.
Nah.
You hating, bro.
Just saying.
Watch Impact Wrestling. Every Thursday. It's $1 a month on YouTube. It's $0.25 a show. It's not that bad.
Not worth the time.
Support Impact. ROH, Jericho versus Bandito. They start off the match with the Code of Honor. Then Jericho gives him the 1-finger salute. Won't do that to you guys on here. Bandito had a amazing stalling suplex. Inappropriate. That stalling suplex. Listen, we popped for it, bro, when we were watching it.
Absolutely.
He held him up for a long time.
I think it was over maybe like a minute. I think it was like a minute and a half.
It was a beautiful thing. I really like what they did here in this. Bandito was able to do the Eddie shimmy and a frog splash. Bandito was good. Yo, this Eddie, was nice. Where did that blood come from on his mask?
I think it came from his mouth.
It's probably Moxley.
there was a situation. I think Chris Jericho like went to punch him and caught him like right in the mouth. So I think.
But how did he get on the front? Because he's wearing like a bandana. Sorry, I'm covering my mouth. Things you don't do on your podcasting. He's like covering his mouth. So how did he get on the front?
I don't know. That's a good question.
See, I don't know, but. After that happens, Jericho was able to get some offense in with cheap tactics. Walls of Jericho's locked in. Bandito gets to the ropes. He hits that fall away moonsault from the top rope. Thing of beauty. Jericho and him just had great chemistry in this, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Following that up, he's down. He's out. Bandito hits that springboard German suplex. I forgot what he calls it now. There's a specific name for it in Ring of Honor, but I can't remember. Deanna says it's a mesh mask. If it is, then maybe it bled through, like Derek said. But feet bounce, German suplex, only gets a 2 count. Jericho's near falls were real near falls.
They were. And they were great.
but he kicks out again. Jericho then pulls down the mask and locks in the Lion Tamer.
Love it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I miss heel Jericho, man. One of the best when it comes to it. Lion Tamer's locked in, knee on the neck. Bandito can't go anywhere. He taps. Following the match, Bobby Cruz is in the ring, and he says, "Your winner by submission." I love Bobby Cruz's ring announcing. Jericho steals the mic after he challenges Bryan to a match in Canada. He says, "I'm going to defend the Ring of Honor Championship against you in Canada." Bro, in 2022, not only did I think Jericho would never be Ring of Honor champion, but did you ever think you would say Bryan Danielson is the Ring of Honor champion again, bro? I will lose my shit.
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. It's the creme de la creme.
It feels right for him to have it back again.
Yes, creme de la creme, crumble cookies.
Afterwards, though, yeah, my man Jericho did Bobby Cruz dirty. Hits a Judas effect on him, holds up the belt, and that's the end of the show. That's it. Overall thoughts on tonight's show, Derek? I'm going to you. Just be honest. Like, what did you think of tonight's show? We brought up some good. We brought up some bad.
I think it was decent. I definitely felt like it could have been way better. Didn't live up to its normal standards, but it wasn't complete garbage.
Okay.
So I respect tonight's episode. Hopefully next week they'll be able to do more, because I know it's a tough situation right now. So hopefully they can do more next week.
Yeah, that would be the only thing I think that would save my rating for this a little bit, but I don't know. I'll give it in 1 second. You guys give me your ratings in the chat. Matt Lopez says he should be signed. Cray said, I want to go back to his comment. Sammy and Wardlow made the TNT title stale. I think Sammy and the Cody confusion messed it up, but Wardlow's problem was with MJF. MJF kind of screwed him over, and then his momentum never carried over into the TNT championship.
Right.
And he doesn't have people who we can really destroy.
Right.
I don't know. I wonder if TK thought about naming that title on purpose. Double Entendre. Let me see here. Bandito is amazing. Sign Bandito. Like when Tyson lands that first uppercut and punch out. I love this ROH title match. Derek, Impact is worth it, Deanna says. Bandito. Jericho was upside down for a minute. Jericho's been having a great year this year. I will say I agree with that, Jesus. It's a mesh mask. Rob said it happened during picture-in-picture, stiff one to the nose, and it seeped through. Rough. Jericho saying he's going to destroy ROH's legacy. He's going to fight every ROH champ. Low-key, Homicide, Morishima, Jay Briscoe. Yep, Joe. I want to know. AEW will get canceled. Chucky, you're tripping, bro. Come on now. I miss when Jericho said, drink it in, man.
Right, exactly.
Give me Jericho versus Joe before Bryan's match. It's going to happen. I need Bryan to be the ROH champ. He can't lose another big title match this fast.
Right, exactly.
Jesus is saying thumbs up for tonight. Chucky said it was a terrible show. Man with the sparks. Bryan as ROH World Champ sounds like a beautiful thing. He won't be AEW champ for the time being. 6.5 out of 10, they said for tonight's show. Matt Lopez, 10 out of 10 for EPW. Thank you, good sir. 6.5. I'm with BJ. I'm going 6 out of 10 if I'm going out of 10 tonight. I don't think it meets the passing. Is it 65, Fallon? Yeah, 65.
No, 65 is passing, bro.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying 60. So they failed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tonight's like, it's not even thumbs. It's more down. Don't see. I think this is the second thumbs down I've ever given.
Yeah.
And this one, and see, I have to put an asterisk next to it. I feel like I want to say thumbs in the middle, and I know I usually never allow it, but I'm going to allow it because of the weather. But if I had to say 6 out of 10. Cray said 5 out of 10. I ain't mad at that either, bro. No. I can see how you can say that. How long before Jericho attacks Jerry Lynn backstage? He better watch out for that cradle pile driver. Rob Van Dam fell victim. Don't you be next. 6 out of 10, Ace says. A very generous 6 out of 10 from me. If MJF don't get rid of that devil shirt, it's over. Come on now. Come on with all that mess now. I got nothing. We don't have any Fight Forever news. I know my man BJ's got an episode coming up. BJ, let me know if Friday's still going to work for you. But if you guys aren't subscribed on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, do me a favor. Go over now. When's the last time you left me a 5-star review? Think about me. Do I ever cross your mind?
In time, I miss you.
Boo! I can't. You better be glad I don't have anything on here for that. If you don't want to hear us sing terrible R&B, leave us a 5-star review and we'll stop that shit right away. Put that in for us. We will be back. Don't forget Monday, Clash of the Podcast. We will have another episode for you. Wednesdays, you guys know, after Dynamite, come here. You get me and Derek giving some good reviews. We got to get Rob back on the show too. Rob's been he's been BSing us. BJ said we should be good for Friday. Always fun to listen to BJ. He gives like a 20 to 30 minute like review show of the week with his opinions and predictions. He unravels the layers for us. So much appreciated, BJ. Thank you so much for that. And I appreciate everybody who checks out EPW every week. We're going to end this a little bit early, give you guys back some time. Thank you for supporting the brand. Tell a friend. And yes, thank you. Shout out to everybody saying no impact slander. I appreciate that. But for myself and the man they call Derek, we are out.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. By the fans, for the fans, not many in this can understand, this the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, please listen every day to the showcase, the opinions and knowledge that anyone can take, showing you how it is done, proving I am number one, what a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans, not many whose head can understand everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes.